We are here, the very first episode of Introducing. Episode 1.
I'm the anomaly. First is the best.
There it is. My name is Charles Brown. I don't know if you know that, but I have a guy here that I've known for mad years, and I felt like he would be a very good addition to the very first episode of Introducing because he embodies interesting, it's supposed to be interesting conversations, right?
Yes.
With interesting people. And this guy is named Dakota Walker. First of all, that name is interesting.
Thank you very much.
Let's just start
I
there.
thank my mother for that.
Let's start there. Dakota Walker, aka Dark Light. And I don't know if you still going by that rap name.
Yep.
But you're not just a rapper. We got a lot to uncover, a lot to unpack. But this guy is more than a rapper. He is more than just a guy ripping rhymes, running up and down the East Coast he's trying to do a lot more. And we're going to delve into that. This show is going to be getting into people's essence of who they are. We're not just going to be talking about the surface level. I want to get deep into Dakota. We're going to take it back. We're going to go back. The conversation is going to go wherever it go. We have no script. There is no predetermined. I don't have no questions because we're just going to follow where it leads us at. And hopefully that's a fun time for you. And if you like the channel, make sure you support, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, CLBMG, right? Throw the stars up on Facebook.
You know it.
Cash App, CLBMG. Throw us $1, $2 if you want to rock with us. Show love to the channel. This is a real television studio. We got the cameras, the lights, and it's very expensive. And that's what we're here to do is build up and never destroy. Dakota Walker's in the building.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Dakota Walker. Can we? I'm gonna give him a round of applause.
That round of applause actually was for you.
Hey.
Because I thank you for that introduction. Yes, my name is Dakota Walker. Thank you, mother, for that name. You know, it's a strong name. Dakota, from my looking up at the definition, means like friendship. And, you know, Walker obviously is walking. So like walking friendship, I make bonds and they're very strong with everybody. And I always say, you know, blood's thicker than water, but bonds are thicker than bond. I mean, stronger than blood, you know?
There it is.
And I hold that true. And I just try to make sure it goes by that. I don't go by Dark Light anymore.
Okay.
In 2005, when I was starting up and I met Charles, I was going by Dark Light because that was an entertainment label that I had created. It was called Dark Light Entertainment. And I felt like I embodied that more than anybody else. So I was going by Dark Light, DLE all the way to the fullest. I opened up my heart. That's what I did for all my peers and my brothers and everybody else. But now I go by Cold Coda, which is
spell it.
It's KOLD KOTA. I always wanted to use my name in it. You know, I feel like times have hardened me now. You know, the Dark Light was like, you know, at the end of the tunnel, I've gotten out of there. Life has made me a little bit colder, a little more bolder. So I go by Cold Coda. And I joke around, you know, 2 Ks are better than 3.
Hey.
But that's what it is right now. And, you know, I appreciate being the first right here. And I'm definitely willing to open up and give myself to this podcast until your creation because you've always lended a helping hand to me. Back in the day,
we go back for a while.
We go way back, Charles.
It's gotta be.
I was saying I started in 05, so it had to be 06, 7.
Around 06, 07. That's crazy.
Yes,
what's that, like 18, 17, 18 years?
Yes. And, you know, that's always been something that I've always tried to keep a bond with you and try to, you know, stay in touch.
You sure did, too.
I knew that.
It could be 5 years later, and I'm like, he's still going to hit me up.
I was saying what's up, making sure I stay in touch with you and your wife and watching the moves that you do. If, you know, there definitely were any likes, loves, shares, or anything, I was making sure I was doing it. At least given this what I could offer, I do that, you know. And like I said, it's just it humbles me to be here and, you know, try to fill in this chair. Make it hard for people to sit here after me.
Say less. So what I want to do is I want to start from the beginning. Where were you born, bro?
Right. So I was born in Boston, Boston City Hospital.
The Bean.
You know, the Bean. You know, my mother, single mother, held me down along with my brothers and my sister, Dominic, Danielle, and Darius, out in Boston for the longest time. And, you know, that's where I kind of developed the knack for, you know, becoming yourself because everybody was in a situation where, you know, you couldn't really be a group, you know what I'm saying? You had to be an individual to be a part of a group. that's
Right.
what it was, you know. So yeah, we could be a group, but you had to be an individual.
Mhm.
So everybody had to become themselves very fast. We all had to learn the path and stuff, you know, like that. And so that's when my mother had us born and raised the beginning of my life. And then we moved out to Hull and Nantasket near the beach.
The beach.
And, yeah, right down the street. It was a hop, skip, and a jump. You know, it was like a movie because we were right next to the water. That's where I learned how to swim.
Okay.
So in that stereotypical,
Yeah, black dudes don't know how to swim.
I'm like, yo, I am a dolphin, I am a shark, I am a whale, everything in the water. So
I'm gonna ask you a quick question. When the riptide, do you swim with it?
You know, me, I can do whatever, but no, you're supposed to just let it go.
You're supposed to just let it take.
Yeah, you are supposed to go with it. Yeah, you're just supposed to go with it. When I learned that when I was whitewater rafting. And they were like, you know, don't fight this current. So when you jump in the water, you know, just don't be fighting that when it comes to it. But
that's important.
I'm definitely a strong swimmer when it comes to that. So I mean, you know, riptide or not, I'm gonna definitely pot the waves. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come through and do what I have to do.
That's a good life by the water, though.
It was.
Did you know what you had? Because some people don't
know
what they have.
I didn't know what I had till I left. Because, oh my God, to have the beach. Like I could throw a stick or a stone and the beach was there.
Wow.
We wake up every day, just go swimming. The water was right there for us in Hull.
I can't even. I'm trying to imagine that.
But then my brother started watching, you know, like Shark Week, and he developed this knack for, you know, animals and National Geographic and, you know, Animal Planet, and it kind of was like scaring me to
get
in the water sometimes. So like. I used to go out there above my head and just dive under and hold my breath for as long as I could. And then I kind of like stopped doing that a lot because I was like, because I don't know what's under there no more. I never knew what was under there, but I didn't care. But as soon as I started knowing, it was like I couldn't unknow it. So it would be like,
that's why.
I was like, you know what? I'm cool with like lakes and stuff and ponds and pools, obviously.
That's wild.
But yeah, the beach just took me. My mom had us out there doing our thing out there, and it was very lovely. And I appreciate that time of my life because it helped me develop a lot of skills with the people person I've become in my life right now. You know, and I thank everybody out there in Hull, and I miss y'all guys, and I hope I get to see you soon. Shout out, that's my love right there.
I love that. That's real right there. That's real. I love that. We got some people in the chat. Salute to TJ Soars. G5.
Yo, what up?
That's your people.
Shout out to everybody out there. So after Hull, speaking of 5, you know, my mother, so we kind of were playing this follow the leader game with my uncle, Craig. Wherever he would go, we try to get a little closer to him. You know, we were just staying on his tail, you know.
He's your mom's brother?
Yeah, yes, definitely. And my Aunt Felicia, I love you guys both. Thank you very much for everything you guys have done in my life. And they moved to Mansfield.
Okay.
And, you know, my mom, we had to move out of Hull, situations and whatever, trials and tribulations. And she was like, going to Mansfield, you know. I'm gonna live out there with your uncle and your aunt. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't know nothing. My cousin's out there. All I know is we family, you know. That's like my brother. That's my first cousin, the closest I was ever with, and I'll always be with Craig, Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? So
Darius is in the comments.
Darius, that's
and
my
Mac
brother.
Is in the comments.
Mac, that's Mac. I just shout you out, brother. Darius is my brother. So when we got to Mansfield, is kind of where I started developing the knack for music. And my aunt had set me up to with this guy who was really into Christian music.
Okay.
And this is kind of around the time that I was meeting you and stuff. And he wanted me to like change the style of rap that I was doing. You know,
okay.
I was picking it up, but I was getting it from influences. I wasn't doing it myself, you know. So I was just doing what I was hearing and, you know, trying to mimic that kind of style. And he's like, no swears and, you know,
right.
You know, some Will Smith tip. And so
did you like that?
And I had my brother do a couple of tracks. He
okay.
came in and sang. So I was like, yo, let me try something different. I liked it because it was challenging me, you know.
Okay.
So it was like, it was kind of like, okay, well, what do you have to offer? Now you don't have to like mimic somebody. So we started doing some other tracks and stuff like that. And, you know, I was like, I don't think this is going to be me. Okay. And so this is like the beginning of Dark Light. So when we were parting ways, and, you know, I always thank my aunt for giving me that that path in my life. So when we started parting ways, and his name was Brother Gary, Brother Anderson. Yes, Brother Anderson. or Gary, whichever one. So when we started parting ways, he was like, "Listen, I want to leave you with something. I want to create you an independent record label." He was like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that in the, Straight Outta Compton was like, what you gonna call it anyways? Yeah. He's like, so what you want to call it? And I'm like, wait, because he's like, because you're great. He's like, I feel something about you, but I just want to make sure you have something that's your own. Because I feel like, we ain't going to last for that much longer.
Okay.
So, but I want to give you something. I'm like, So I sat back, I might have asked a few friends and stuff what I should call it. And I was like, Darklight Entertainment is what I want to call it. Okay. So he got me my tax certificate first, got me my domain name and everything, and he gave me that. And a couple of weeks later, we stopped talking, but I had that. All that stuff came in the mail, my certificates and my packaging and everything. So now that I was I was like, yo, I'm the first of this. Let's get it popping with my boys, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let's try to make this noise, because we had always developed this bond from Surviving Our Struggle, which we'll get into that.
Okay.
Which is a corporation that we have developed now. But so I was like, I started hosting the shows. Started doing the shows. That's when I was like, let me get to Boston.
This was in Boston?
Now I'm in the scene of Boston.
Okay.
This place called Maggie's Lounge now.
Wow.
Or it had got shut down, but it was called My House back in the day.
Okay.
And when I walked in that place first, it was like that scene where you walk into a bar and the doors open and everyone's like, real quiet, you ain't from here. And it was me, my cousin, and my friend Rudley, who was my DJ at the time and my partner for the Darklight Entertainment table that I had sat with a lot of other friends of mine that we were starting off with doing. And they were like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to do my it's an open mic night. I got a CD. And he's like, I don't know if we can play that. So he's like, they put it in this thing, and I started doing that. And they're like, I started doing my thing, and they're like, yo, you want to host a night here? And I'm like, yeah, when? He's like, Wednesday, Thursday, every night I'm like, wow. Every night? I'm like, yeah. And this is I'm getting in the mix with you, because you were putting me on different stages and teaching me how to hold myself and, compose myself when it came to doing that myself. And that's what I was bringing to my table. Okay. And I was helping my friends develop stage presence and a way for them to even hone in on their skills. Because that was something that I never had besides you, actually. Okay. I always give you credit for that, because nobody ever put me really on stage. They never gave me that opportunity to be like, yo, D, let me just rock the mic besides you. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I had that, I made sure my boys and my people didn't have to ask for that. Because, nobody wants to go begging, knocking. Nobody wanted to really do the footwork like that. We were putting in at that time. So I'd make sure that everybody could get in the door that way. Yep. And, they've all succeeded in their own ways, forms, fashions. And we're all actually sitting at another table, which we'll get later into. But that was the beginning of Darklight and our relationship when I was coming out to Boston from that.
Driving all the way down to Prague. But I did shows up there too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did the shows in Boston. I did Middle East. I did a couple shows.
Well, we were doing them. I done the Middle East a couple times. Yep. Actually, I opened up for Kendrick Lamar down there.
Wow.
Right when he was starting.
That had to be a minute
ago. Check it up on YouTube. And it was when he was starting that pour up, drink.
Oh
drink.
Yeah,
that song was out, right? But people was like, "What do you mean throw up drink?" At that
crazy
time,
about Kendrick when he came
Kendrick
here,
was killing it.
They had to do a second. They had to add a second night.
Oh yeah,
he came here to Lupo's, and it sold out so fast. They made
salute out to Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Pulitzer Prize winner. I just want to say that he's been a big influence on what's going on in the music world right now. But what were you saying about the second night? So
the second night they just added enough. I was just saying at that time when you.
Oh, okay,
That's when he was blowing up. He got very popular.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Big, but so we did that. I seen we've done a lot of shows. We opened up for AZ in the Middle East. It was pretty epic. Those are just things that were just helping me get along, And when we were doing more shows, it was kind of not even in Boston. It was kind of the outskirts and different things like Sunset.
Okay.
And different other places, but we were just always
putting the work in.
Everything was, you were always putting the work in, but I was just wanting to give you your roses for always giving people an opportunity to, step on stage, get them their self known, get their names out there a little bit more, because a lot of people at that moment weren't doing that, And it's, like I said, as soon as I got it, I knew how to work it a little bit, maneuver it, so that everybody could, embody what we were gonna do. And it brings us back full circle to where we are now. But I'm just humbling because that's just awesome. I love it.
Yo, I appreciate that. And you've always, maybe it was the surfing, maybe you were the area you grew by the beach. Your vibe when you come in a room, you just bring this energy, bro. Like you just come, it's like, hey guys, like boom, like it was never no front end. It was never no I'm the biggest thing in here. It was like, let's all crack a beer. Like, it was
for real, definitely.
It was love and peace. Well, and it's like
we have some beers here.
Yeah.
Let's cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
I don't know, we do labels in because we don't want to get
But we usually do the red cups, but I ain't even grab one yet.
Yeah, we should have, definitely.
But but that's why you're here, because I've been thinking about this for a while of what I was going to do with this. And when me and you linked back up and we connected back at Halo, the vibe was just there and it just felt right. And I'm like, that's the guy I need to be talking to. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need to get Dark Light, which is not Dark Light anymore. But
that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. We're gonna get that copywritten, make sure that that's trademarked. So Coda 2Ks, baby.
Let me shout out your peoples in the comments. Mac Walker's in the comments. Michael Davis is in the comments.
Okay, Mizzo.
Salute.
Richard.
My guy Trap is in the comments.
Yeah, shout out to everybody holding it down
Chop
right now.
Is in the comments. Out here. It's a good look tonight. So I want to keep it moving with. So we broke down what started you in this business. Now you were saying that you pretty much changed your name. Did you change your outlook on what you're going to do with your music? Like, have you changed that whole thing that you're trying to build?
Definitely. I would say that when I first started with music, it was just more because, that's what everybody was doing. I really didn't understand the concept of, creating the music. I just knew about doing the music, and that was it. So where we are now, the table that I've sat after all these years and stuff, and I've been through a couple phases. This is the third table. So if we do go by that, first is the worst, second is the best, and third is always the variable. You get to say whatever you want. So this is the table that I'm feeling like, is going to be the one that's going to put the most motion into whatever the movement is in the cause. But so the outlook on the music has been a little different. I'm just developing a style where I can, I'm speaking more truthfully. And it's not just something that's being forced out by the music itself. I want the music to actually blend into what I'm saying. So it's taking a little bit more time, especially because I've aged in my time,
As you should,
so it's how do you still stay relevant in a time where music is moving so fast and artists are just coming and going? It's really hard to make that stamp that we could do back in the day. But the brand that I am creating right now, the brand and not just the entertainment, is developing its own, I would say its own structure. It's got its own foundation. So that is what I'm putting the music on right now. The brand itself, which is Surviving Our Struggle, SOS.
Okay.
This is what we're doing right now. And that right there is where the music lies. But now that it is in the corporation mode, it's an umbrella. So it kind of is taking a little back burner to what I'm doing in the forefront of things.
Okay.
The music hasn't really gone anywhere because it never left my heart. I'm always going to be a performer at heart, and I'll always be a performer when it comes to one person in the room or 1,000 people in the room. I'm always going to do what I do. But it's not as much in the forefront as some other things are that I'm trying to progress with. But in turn, everything that I am doing will develop the music back again. You know what I'm saying? As far as movies go, we're going to use the music for that. As far as the clothing goes, we do the clothing for the music, or vice versa. Anything else that we're doing, we'll always hold music true to heart because I'll never lose that. And I'm an artist. I'm just recording this new tape we're about to drop right now called Love Me, Love Me Not. So that's something I'm working on right now that will be released probably about February of next year, just to make sure that we're doing things in order and make sure that it has a nice structure and foundation to build upon so that when it gets dropped, it makes some noise. You know what I mean?
All right.
But that's
Who else
that's
is working with you?
I got a lot of people working with me right now. So out of our team, some people that you guys may know, Mil Richard, we got 505G5, he's right there. He's my rap boy. He's my partner in crime and my co-founder with everything that we've been doing. Five has been helping me out. You've seen him a lot of the times when we come out to the brunches and the music and everything else that we're doing. AB Soren, Stizzy Left Lane, we got Skywalker, Ty Jackson, a lot of artists, a lot of people that are actually creating this stuff. Mo in the kitchen, shout out, she's doing her thing. We definitely have a different structure than we had before, and the people that are actually backing us right now are people that haven't been there for a long time. But when they came to the table this time, they knew it was about business. You know what I mean? The whole element has changed a little bit more into finding what we're good for instead of doing what we're just capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now, what is your knack? What is your niche? Let's get you right where you're supposed to fit and get this puzzle piece together and then move together with it, you know?
Sounds cohesive. It's good look.
Definitely.
So let me ask you a question. Anything you want the people to know going forward that you're standing on at this point? What are you moving towards as a human, not just an artist? What's going on with you?
As a human, I mean, as we all should be striving for, is just like more development of this social consciousness, I guess. Just knowing yourself a little bit more. And I've been talking to somebody recently who's been helping me develop this self-awareness a little bit better, or just be more open about it. Because, we go through life, I feel like, a lot of times, and when we do develop concepts, we find out that, other people may have them, but when they say them, it seems like, you just got to let them ride with it. Like, okay, maybe you figured that out yourself. Like, nah, I've been there. We've all been there, It's just like, it's just hard to argue with people when you guys are just on the same level sometimes.
Okay.
And that's what I've surrounded myself with a lot right now, either people on my level or just above my level, because as a person, I'm just trying to develop this consciousness, and I just want to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on, and what I'm actually doing. You don't know what value you hold to the next person. So what you say and what you do sometimes can just alter somebody's mood. You can alter somebody's feelings, you could alter anything by what you do, because the world is, our fabrication. We just create what we want. We just take from what we want, maybe. But we got to be careful with how we do things. So lately I've just been trying to make moves meticulously. And it may seem like there are a lot of them going on at once, but everything is getting its fine tuning. You know what I'm saying? It's like looking at an engine. There's so many parts, but when you put it together, you make sure every single part is put together properly. You don't just say, this is the engine, Right. So what are you doing? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But understand that everything is getting its time and due diligence.
Facts.
So that, one, it doesn't stress me out emotionally, physically, and it doesn't stress the world out. You know what I'm saying? Because what I put into myself, I actually put out, and I don't want that coming back to me in a negative way if that's what I don't imply for it to do.
That sounds like a spiritual mantra.
It definitely is, because you got to be careful with everything you say, everything you do, and I just try to make sure that the world around me is definitely, I would say, more, what would I say, a product of myself instead of me being a product of it.
That's beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people don't. They probably won't even. That's probably gonna go over some people's head, but that means you're controlling what you put out and what you bring in. You don't just accept whatever. You create whatever. Do you believe in The Secret?
The Secret?
Do you believe in
like Victoria's?
You can will whatever you think is what you manifest.
Yes, everything. I think whatever you think you have a hold of, either comes to you fully or it doesn't come to you at all. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, you
Mm.
know, if you say like you want to quit cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
either everybody around you is gonna quit cigarettes with you, you know, or everybody around you is gonna start smoking cigarettes around you.
Mm.
You know, and it's like, okay, well, if you got a hold of it and that's what you want to do, now it doesn't matter what goes on around you, but it's gonna be that, you know. You know what? You know, I'm not gonna do that again. Now that's gonna come around more often, or maybe not come around more often, and you just have a feeling of wanting to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like
so it's always
yeah.
a challenge. So as soon as you think you got a grasp on something, it's always either as big as you want it to be or as small as you know, didn't expect it to be. But nevertheless, it's always there. Something can't just disappear. You know, people change. You know, but times don't. You know what I'm saying? And everything, you know, is in rotation. So you got to just understand that, you know, like what they say, what goes up comes down. So, but it's just a matter of how you deal with it. You know, how far does it go up? How far is it coming? Like, how hard is it coming down? So I just try to make sure I'm not walking on tippy toes or like on eggshells or anything like that. But I just keep an awareness of what I'm trying to do, so that even if it isn't what I want coming back to me, I can try to deal with it a little differently. I don't want to be reacting rather than taking action.
Say less. And you know what I want to do right now? This is the fun part of the show. Where we get into a little spicy stuff. It might be trouble. But we are live, so we have to be careful what we say. But I want what I want to do with this show, I also want to
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, as I get the people to talk and bring out their side of, you know, bring their story out, I also want to get their opinion on current events.
Definitely.
And
open up the book, yes.
This one is a little bit touchy because I don't know if you know who Suki is.
Suki.
She is a female rapper, and I'm just going to make it real simple. Suki's a female. She's like an Afro beats rapper.
Okay. Yeah.
Long story short, she went to the VMAs and she was on the floor twerking and this and that, blah blah. She's like, this is why they brought me here, because they know who I am. That led her to a whole conversation on Twitter about female rappers, right? The state of female hip hop. And you're a hip hopper, so I'm asking you a hip hop question.
Right.
Then it turned into the reason that they're like this is because of the older generation of female rappers, which started with Lil' Kim. So where we are right now, they're upset with Cardi B's new song, Bongos. Have you seen that? The video for that?
I could imagine that all of them probably look the same.
Yeah. So Bongos with she has a song with Megan Thee Stallion. So the where I'm getting at is with hip hop.
Yeah. I did see that one.
She has a song, Megan Thee Stallion. What I'm getting at with is the conversation of hip hop right now with where we are with our females is that it's a little scandalous.
Yeah, definitely.
But the word was that they're trying to start now blaming our older statesmen for that situation. And I want to get your opinion on hip hop. So right now they're saying Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown is the reason that female hip hop is so messed up and crazy right now with all this over sexualized stimulation. I want to ask you about that.
This is what you are a rapper. Okay,
would you blame Lil' Kim and them
when Lil' Kim, you know, when she started out, where hip hop was for females, it wasn't that scandalous raunchiness. So you
Queen
know,
Latifah.
like we had like Queen Latifah, we had TLC. They were a little bit promiscuous, but they weren't all out there doing that. Some of the songs were, you know, if I want to take a guy, you know, it's none of your business, though,
right?
Is what they were saying. Kim had it out there for everyone to see, but but she was the first, and there were no acolytes. You know what I mean? And then everybody else who came out was maybe a copy of her, it seemed, but they were like Foxy. She was an original too. You know what I'm saying? Just played the same lane, but did it her own way. And a lot of females weren't even doing that at all. Whatever that would be considered to make it seem like, you know, she's a Jezebel or something. But nowadays, I feel like so let's say like, I would say the most modern would be like Nicki. So when she started off, and she started doing her thing, and what she was doing, I feel like, was bringing back the Kim. You know what I'm saying? Because that was lost. Right. That was not, because she was the first, and there were no copies of. That was gone. You know, and then somebody said, you know, well, what is it? That's, you know, every once in a while, time in history repeats itself. Right. So, and that was that clone copy. And in the time that it was What's Hot, Do It. She found a way to grab something that was hot. Oh, Kim? Nikki found a way to grab something that was hot, bring it back, and then everybody in the time of What's Hot, Do It just saw that, and I feel like capitalized on, yo, we jumping on that shit. So are you okay with the way the female rap game is right now in 2023? You know, what's your thoughts on it? You know, I'm putting you under the gun. Damn, man. And we're gonna move on. Yeah, we can move on, but so what I would say is, you know, females are doing their thing. It all depends on the artist you're talking about. So, you know, if I were gonna be like more in depth with it, I would say obviously I'm gonna give all power to my sisters for what they do. You know, and I would also like to say I would put nothing negative on what they're trying to get across. Okay. You know, because it's supposed to be, you know, women's body is their body. Right. But, you know, it shouldn't be exposed like that, I guess, for everybody to be seen in a certain way. But, I mean, it's going to be combative because I say this, they would you say take that. It back? Would you prefer that they took it back to the bars? If we wanted to do that, then we probably need to see like some sort of verses or something, you know what I'm saying? Because no ladies have come out really out with that. We got Missy. Yeah, she's, you know what I'm saying? That's doing her thing, but yeah. So, am I happy with the way music's going for ladies and females? I'm not necessarily, but it's a different lane. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't literally, if I were in no shoes, how could I say I wouldn't be doing that? You know, salute the real. But I would just want them to be conscious of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The message that you're getting across to, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say like, if their whole point is like, well, we're doing this, but you know, your 14-year-old daughter shouldn't be listening to this. Well, then that's true. The 14-year-old daughter shouldn't be listening to that. And Cardi doesn't let her kids hear her stuff. Yeah, you know, and that's, you know, like M said, Haley wouldn't be listening to his music when she was little either. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, you just got to be conscious and aware of what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so hard for me to make music personally, and maybe not for the next, because, you know, I always want to make sure that when somebody hears every bar, they understand that, like, yo, he put his time in every word, every comma, every, you know, period. Every sentence. As you should. Now I'm gonna ask you a question too. I'm gonna put you on a line, on the spot. I'm not gonna give you 5. I'm gonna give you 10. Give me your top 10 rappers of all time. Oh, you were gonna do this. All right. Well, I hope everybody. We gotta have a good time. We gotta have some fun with this. Do I have to do it in I'm not gonna do it in any order. No order, but we need 10. Okay, so I'll give you 10. Everybody got to do 10 after this. Okay. Everybody. All right. Man, I'm gonna put on a damn spot now. Your shirt says 1. Yo, that says 1 and 2. Pop. Pop, let's go. So we got 1 right there. All right, obviously we go with Pac, Big. All right, we're gonna go Jay. Okay. Nas. So we got 4. We're gonna go Method Man. Meth. Okay, 5. You're gonna get some comments. Go ahead. 5. Meth is 5. This is in no order. I gotta put Cube in there. Cube 6. Cube. That's a good pick. We can't argue with that. LL Cool J. 7. Let's go with I love Busta Rhymes. 8. Busta. All right. I got to close down on 2. Am I missing anybody good? All right, we'll put Eminem in there. Eminem is 9. And then we'll close it off right now. This is no specific order. This is just me personally. I'm gonna go Big L. Big L. Oh, that's a good list. Okay. That's a good list. You went with Big L. That's 10, no order. And you know what the thing is? It's kind of crazy because like every time everybody does that, I feel like they never put any ladies in there. So I should have. You know what I'm saying? But
Give me 5 ladies. Give me your top 5 ladies.
Okay, thank you for that. So Missy, we're going with that. We're going with MC Light. Kind of where I got Doc Light from, you know.
Okay.
Shout out. I'm gonna go with Left Eye.
Left Eye. Oh, Left Eye. Okay.
Left Lane, Left
You
Eye.
ain't said nothing wrong yet. Nothing crazy yet.
I gotta go with. I guess I'll go with Foxy.
Foxy. What's that for?
Yep. And then I'm gonna say.
Wait, you
I'm gonna say
controversy.
Trina. Yeah.
You do realize you did not say Little Kim, Lauryn Hill, or Foxy. You said Foxy, but Little Kim, Lauryn Hill.
Lyrically, though, Lauryn Hill should have been in there. I see. I was thinking like rappers.
You don't have to.
I feel like Lauryn Hill's just like an MC.
So now you just. Would you get open a can of worms? Because now I'm going to ask you: is Drake a rapper?
Is Drake a rapper? Oh, don't get me started on Drake.
Is Drake a rapper? Yes or no?
Drake is an artist.
Yeah,
he's like
there's nothing wrong with being an artist either.
Right. So he's not. He can't be like. He's no corner. He's just like this corner is like round.
So if somebody put Drake in their top 10 of all times, they disqualify Drake from that.
Drake should not be in anybody's top 10 unless they were born in after 2000.
2000 and what? 3?
10.
I think it came out like 8 or 8.
Doesn't matter. I mean, top 10 artists, and I may be wrong with the ones I said, but he can't be in top 10.
So I'm gonna ask you another question, and this question
might be 11.
This question gonna be kind of weird, but let's follow it. You can do a feature with an artist that's passed away.
Yeah.
No matter what they are, the biggest artist, it doesn't matter. You get one feature with this person. No, but the verse is coming from this person from the grave.
Oh yeah.
You get to do this feature. Who you gonna do the feature with?
We bringing Pac out.
You getting that Pac feature?
Death Row,
Hail Mary,
Pac, baby, the Death Row Pac.
Hail
That's
Mary.
what I want, baby.
You don't want the British got a baby Pac?
I want the just got out of jail Pac. You know
no, you want drama?
Nah, because you say
he gonna rout his whole enemy, everybody on that record.
Got shot 5 times, but I'm still breathing, living proof there's a God if you need a reason.
Bang.
Because that's crazy gangster and that's crazy gospel.
There it is.
But yeah, I would be Pac. Nobody other than that for myself personally, because I feel like that track would just be popping.
Fire.
That's where I developed.
You be the most hated man in hip hop. They be like, he got a Pac feature.
Yeah, definitely.
F this guy. I can't stand him.
Like, damn, how much you paid to get him back alive? I have Pac in the booth and the hologram is recording.
Yo, so listen, hip hop 50th anniversary just happened.
Yes, it did. Salute hip hop. Thank you. Keeping most people alive throughout all their hard times and struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely, sometimes a song can mean the world. Hip hop did that for a lot of people.
Did it do it for you? I'm gonna ask you a question about hip hop 50th. Take away hip hop from your life. What will you be?
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
You be rocking out.
No breathing. Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for hip hop, that's probably where I would be. That's the because I was big into wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So minus all the people and influences I had bringing that kind of music to my life. Wrestling was always those main events and those promos and stuff like that would always have with me. Something's got to give, let the bodies. So I'm these songs are popping, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, they're really getting it in.
You know what? A lot of people like that stuff. It seemed like they try to box us in, we only like rap, but a lot of us liked a lot of rock, a lot of acid rock, a lot of alternative rock. It wasn't just black guys like rock. I mean, rap all. That's all we want to hear. So we very eclectic. We liked a lot of different stuff. So I would have. I understand what you mean by you would have been rocking out. We was rocking out anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
with rap, we still was rocking.
That's true. Yes, but that So like, cause we did a lot of backyard wrestling back in my day, and
me too. I love it.
We'd always have like different entrance music and stuff, and I would say like probably nobody was coming out to rap at that time. We were just coming out to like Limp Bizkit, or Bad Company.
Now you're gonna give me your top 5. You're gonna give me your top 10 wrestlers.
Oh, top 10
that.
wrestlers.
Top 10 wrestlers all time. We need that list.
Oh, smack!
I need it. I need it.
This is probably gonna be. This is way easier than rappers.
And it's gonna show your age too.
So yeah, we're gonna go Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
This is no order either. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind, The Undertaker. Who else are we gonna put in there? Oh, now it's getting a little hard. I like the original Kane when he first started, like when he was like Undertaker's brother, just like being crazy. Nobody knew who he was. Dude, Big Daddy Cool, Diesel, Razor Ramon, and then just because it kind of was the tail end, I'm gonna say thought it was Hulk Hogan, but it's Macho Man. Oh yeah,
that's 10. Wow, that's a good list. Whoa, you surprised me. That's a very good list. I thought you was gonna go with like mad new school dudes or like
nah, because the new school wrestling is like new school rap. It's like fast and it's all like the next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody really has time to hold the belt anymore. And that's just disappointing.
I think that's because you know what it is. They're trying to please so many people now, and it's like things go so fast. These kids' attention span is short. So you know what I'm saying? Like back in our day, somebody had a belt for a year. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't. Right. It's not like that no more.
Shout out to Roman Reigns. He's doing his thing 1,000 days and counting.
My guy's coming back. I was surprised. What's my guy? He's he just. The finger that you can't see me, guys.
Oh, John Cena.
John Cena's coming back.
Right.
He's going to wrestle in a couple weeks.
Oh, I thought he was standing here next to me the whole time.
I was surprised that he's going to come back and wrestle. But now I want to ask you about sports. What's your team? Football.
I'm not really a sports guy. I enjoy watching it. But I don't really like follow up on everything,
That's apparent because we're talking right now and there's a game on Thursday night football.
Yeah, and I'd probably be home sleeping because I got work tomorrow. But, I'm always going to be a Patriots fan ever since Brady's reign. I just don't want to be a fair weather fan like that. Mm-hmm. And, that's pretty much who I grew up on. So I'm always going to be with the Pats, win or lose. But I'll watch any game, basketball, football, baseball, just for the sake of pastime, because I enjoy the camaraderie and the brothership, the brotherhood that everybody, we all watch the game. Whoa, football, whatever it is. So, I enjoy that a lot. And, it brings a lot of people together,
It does. I want to ask you a question. Now this is going to say more about your worldview, right? And a little bit about your character.
Right.
What's the Powerball right now? It's like $1 billion? I think somebody hit that. I think right now it's like 500 million.
Right.
You wake up tomorrow morning with the $500 million Powerball ticket. What are you doing with that money? You got $500 million, that's $500 million. Ooh. What is Dakota Walker gonna do with $500 million?
Jeez. I guess first my mother's getting whatever she wants. Whether that's all the money or half the money or none of the money, she's set.
All right.
I always said that I would love to buy like a gated community. I don't know how much money that really gets you as far as tangible items, but I would get a gated community for my people. And we just all live there, like aunts and uncles, friends down the street, and we just have I'm just living in there.
Are you gonna give them all $1 million each?
You
might as well.
I feel like nobody gets any money.
He's like, you
But
got a gated house.
Every day will be sunny, okay? But yeah. So I feel like that my mom would be set.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my people would be set. I wouldn't do anything extravagant as far as like maybe getting a big ass boat that everybody could be on.
You can get a mean boat
because and you can't take it with you. But I feel like there's really like, and I would like to see a lot of sights. If that was it, I'd travel a lot. I bring a lot of people with me traveling.
What is that? Would you keep all that money, or would you give it to charity? Some of it.
You never know where money goes in charity.
Facts.
So I would probably just like I'd bring it to myself. In a way that I could. I'd try to. I might as well just get this food, get this plane, fly it over there. I'm not talking about anywhere where I'm about to be like getting a spear in my chest because I just disrespected somebody's land. I'm talking about like real stuff where I can just see like where actually the money was turned into something, and then actually distribute it and to everybody that it was in need of, something like that. That's what I'd like to do. But besides that, he's like, what about charity? I'm like, oh yeah, charity too.
Oh yeah, I give them something.
But besides that, I'd probably just I'd keep trying to move. I keep traveling with as much people as I had with me that I had a bond with, and I liked everybody to see a lot of different places in this world. And I like us to experience that together, because there's a lot of people we lose connections with throughout life. Like we always stay bonded, but we weren't ever like always right there again until we were right here again, And I take that in and I say like, that's kind of like the bond I have, like, wish I had with a lot of people that like, yeah, hopefully eventually sometime in life we find each other again and we can connect because, we never lost anything, you know what I'm saying? I lost a step and we've always stayed connected one way or another. So that's always been something that I felt like to like the ultimate value.
I got another question for you.
Oh yeah.
Have you met your soulmate?
Soulmate.
I'm putting you on the spot, baby.
Oh la la. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I guess that makes me sound like an old man. I have met my soulmate and my soul match. Definitely.
They're different or the same? That's the same thing
they
or
are
different?
the same because not
You're gonna be in
only
trouble.
is it a struggle, but it's also something that is like brings us together, I think. And I can only speak for myself when I say this because nobody really ever knows what somebody else is thinking. So no matter how many times you say like somebody, you may not, because it's always like, oh, I never expected that, or like little Billy was doing something crazy in the basement nobody knew about. So, and I don't mean to laugh about that, but like that's like real stuff. But so I've met somebody that I feel like will definitely help better myself, in a way that if there's any questions that I have in myself, they're about to get asked, they're about to get exposed. If there's anything that I just like don't want to like confront, I feel like I'm about to have to open up to. And it's not in a negative way. I feel like that she's gonna help me, become a better person. They say behind every great man is a greater woman. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is what she's possibly gonna be for me. And I hope so too. I have my fingers crossed, and I'm wishing for the best, and I'm praying for the best, because you never know what can happen in this world, in this life. And 1 second is this, and the next second is that. So, I mean, to everybody out there with somebody that they love, I feel like, if it's worth it, you'll know it, And as soon as it isn't, don't waste the time, because like that's the only thing we don't have more of is time, And as soon as it's invested, it's there, and as soon as it's gone, it's gone. So, yeah, soulmate, I feel like I'm there because I'm not really searching or chasing right now for anything else than that. and I'm not even looking forward to anything else but that.
Quick question. You have a magic mirror and you can go back and look at yourself, young man, 13, 15, 10, whatever age, and you can talk to him. You can look in that mirror, look him in the eye, and tell him anything. What are you telling young Dakota?
Ooh.
What is old Dakota telling young Dakota?
What am I gonna say?
It's a real tough question. That he's gonna hear you. What's he gonna hear? What's he gonna respond to?
I don't even know. Well, see if what I wouldn't want is anything to change. So I would try to say something that wouldn't change anything, that made me become the person I am. And maybe there were some little things that actually didn't mean anything, which I feel like everything means something. But if there was ever anything small, like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, people weigh down on themselves. Like, damn, why did I wear this shirt today? Or like, my pants had a stain on it or something like that. Like anything that I had for self-doubt that would make me doubt myself, I try to get rid of that. Because I feel like things would have happened a lot faster. I would have met people a lot sooner, relationship-wise, business-wise, anything. Because I had a lot of, I would say, like, self-consciousness about myself. There were a lot of things that I was just like holding like inside, that like, oh, maybe I'm not as good as the next, or I don't want to be too out there because I'll be exposed for, or not exposed, but I'll have to like expose what I feel and stuff like that. And I wasn't really big into like doing that. I was a big and I still am, but I developed an awareness for my emotional value, because I'm a big crowd pleaser still, like I was back then. But I just make sure that like now, kind of try to pay attention to what the crowd is I'm pleasing, or who the crowd is I keep around myself.
Yeah.
And everybody I feel like is trying to make a move in the right direction. And if not the direction I'm going in, the one that they're going in. Nobody's really lost anymore. I feel like we all were like lost in this big soup. Like everybody was like trying to be like, ugh, who are we? As we're all like spinning around. But now you got to be like, got to develop an awareness of what it is that you're trying to do and what it is you're trying to be. Because there's like so many things I'm trying to get across, and there's so many things I'm trying to do in different directions, that it's like, if I say one thing here and I say a different thing here, does it make me a different person? Even though this is business and this is pleasure, or this is one thing and this is the other. You know what I'm saying? We've all got to not play, but like this is like a state of like changing faces when you come into a room. And it doesn't mean that you have to be fake. It just means that you have to be aware of what you're doing, so that when it's ever questioned, like, well, why did you say that for? And you know what you said it for, But some people don't understand that, because they're not aware of the faces that they put on in different rooms themselves. So you just gotta know who you are, know what you're doing, and just try to stay focused. And there's always gonna be challenges right in front of you, And as soon as you say you're about to do something, there's a wall right there. And as soon as you get over that, there's another wall. And none of these walls contain doors or windows for you to get, through. You just got to climb that, and that's what I've been doing basically. And the team that I've developed, we've got a nice foundation that we can all support each other on now. So we've all been getting over these walls pretty, I'd say, like, easily. And if not that, at least we know we got each other.
All right. Let me ask you one last question before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Do you travel?
Travel?
Do you travel the world? Like, do you go different places?
I'm headed to Vegas on the 22nd.
Okay. So I was going to ask you your 5 favorite destinations.
Oh, okay. Some of these places I've been to, some I haven't. So obviously I'm going to say Vegas. It's going to be like to go to right
I'm about
now.
to go back to Vegas.
So we went to. I've never been really like out of the country.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get that passport.
Yeah, I know. Got to get that passport for real. I love New Hampshire and
I love New
Maine.
Hampshire.
We've done a lot of. I went skydiving out there.
New Hampshire?
No, in
Skydiving?
Maine,
Oh.
Lebanon, Maine.
Okay.
Skydiving, whitewater rafting. I would love to see California in full.
Mm-hmm.
Florida is always a go-to because that's just is.
Beautiful.
And then I would like to go see the Dakotas.
You have to.
Because, yeah, it'd be nice to walk.
You have no choice.
Because every time, your name's Dakota, or is it north or south? And I've never even been there. And I wish I had a joke to come back with that. Like,
believe it or not, there's black people up there. It is.
And if not, I'll be there. But I'd just like to go see them. Just cause, what the hell?
Me too. That's beautiful.
But everything that has like some sort of wonder of the world or some sort of value that people always see that magnifies life for you, that like puts you in perspective of how small you are compared to the grandioso of everything. I'd like to see that stuff. And if I can't get there, I hope that my mind's pretty close to what it may really be when I think of it, because we all don't get to experience all that, and no telling if I will or if I may.
You'll get
there.
But
if I am capable, I love to bring a lot of people with me so that we can all experience that.
You got to hit that Powerball.
Yeah. All right, we about to go get a ticket right after this.
You got to hit that Powerball. Yo, listen, we're about to get out of here. I want you to tell them anything you need them to know, anything you got coming up, anything you got going on.
So, stay aware of everything we're doing. What is it? The 28th, we'll be at Mango's Lounge. We'll be hooking it up with Little Meech and Voss, who always holds it down. Voss, thank you for giving us a shout out. Promotional value always. The movement is alive. SOS. We go by 505 Up. Unlimited Productions. We got 505 Sound. The music's coming out. We got Hawkeye Productions, which is the movies. They coming out. We got Floss, which is the female clothing line. TSOB, which is the male clothing line. It's everything. It's going to be full and direct sooner than later. A lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts right now. So it's just like, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, stay aware of yourself and each other. And, keep an eye on the movement because we're going to be there in front of you. Charles, thank you for everything.
Thank you
I can't
for coming.
be more appreciative of what you've done, what you've become, and the opportunity you gave me. Whatever anniversary you do hold for this show, I'd love to be there.
You'll be
when
there.
It's the 10th anniversary, 20th anniversary, whatever it is.
You'll be there.
Bring it back. The set may be bigger, whatever. But
You'll be here before that, bro.
We here, baby. It's number one. And it's number one.
We
the ones, baby. I feel like the Usos.
Dakota Walker.
Yeah, man. We right
Make
out
sure
here.
y'all follow any social.
Dakota on everything, okay? Dakota, and if not, it's just Dakota. And
Wow.
you guys know me, and if you don't, you owe me.
There it is.
Give me that.
Yo, I appreciate you, Dakota, in the building. No more dark light. It's something bright
Dakota.
and superly better and bigger. I'm out of here. CLBMG.com. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. We appreciate y'all watching. Peace.
Love.